Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Joseph, and today we're doing Hood, Outlaws and Legends review. I'm a huge fan of weird multiplayer games. I've been a big fan of Splinter Cell Online and Assassin's Creed, and this kind of weird asymmetric slash PvE kind of mix for these games. I love those kinds of ideas. So when I saw Hood, Outlaws and Legends, I thought it was going to be really dope to combine those elements together in a medieval setting. But is it even worth your time or money? We're going to talk about it right now. Let's get right into the video. Hood, Outlaws and Legends is a 4v4 versus AI medieval heist game. Each match is broken up into 3 phases. Steal the key from the sheriff, whose location is random across 5 different maps and is only discoverable once you've spotted him. Find the chest room, which after stealing the key you get kind of general guidance where it's located, and then escort the chest to one of the many exit points while competing with another enemy team. On paper, this setup is fantastic, and for 3/4 of the match, totally is. Sneaking as a team, eliminating guards in unison, and basically could all be done with stealth if you played it smart and cooperatively. And this is where the game absolutely shines. It's a total blast to play, offering you something kind of a different experience we don't often see in competitive multiplayer games. Think of like the Hunt Showdown mixed with Assassin's Creed. That's a lot more basic in its function, and the setup is not as hardcore as the Hunt Showdown, but it gives you a general feeling what to expect. Graphically, actually, this game is surprisingly pleasant to look at, despite its AA productions. It's mainly due to its art and character and world design, and running smooth 60 frames with ray tracing on PS5. Animations are serviceable, they do their job, but they won't wow anybody. But for a $30 price tag, it's to be expected. Sound design, again, is decent. It's going to give you a good sense of where the players are sneaking up on you. But I do enjoy the music as it ramps up as you or the enemy team is extracting the chest. It gives you this kind of sense of urgency. And each game, every time you turn the game on, you always begin at your hub base, whether it's with your friends squatted up or by yourself. Which is the best way to play, by the way, cooperatively in this game, because it's going to make the game about 10 times more fun kind of coordinating those attacks. Although it seems like there's many randoms using mics, which is nice. In your hub, you have a chance to pick one of the 4 characters: the Ranger, who wields a bow; Brawler, who's the main muscle of the group with a huge hammer; the Mystic, which is great support role with his healing ability; and his crazy flail, which he uses, which I've learned to absolutely despise how wide of a swing he gets, how quickly he's able to eliminate people. And you got the Hunter, whose ability has to go invisible, and she's the best basically stealth character in this game, as she can assassinate anybody from any angle. As you level up your hub, you earn more gold, you can equip various perks to your character to change up where your characters play, and various other cosmetics in the game, such as armors and weapons, which mostly look pretty samey and bland, if I'm frank. This is where I have slight buyer's remorse, because I bought the premium edition, which is $49.99, which includes 3 battle passes for cosmetics and things for you to earn. But the skins we got right now, if there's any indication, I think I wasted my money here, as most of the cosmetics kind of suck. However, cosmetics aside, how's the gameplay? Well, as I mentioned, 3/4 of the match is really fun. Sneaking around, looking for the sheriff, taking out enemy AI or potential underwear players, coordinating together where to extract the chest or where could the possible location be. However, once the chest extraction begins, and you have to initiate that long process to winch up the chest through multiple phases, that's where all the problems arise for this game. This game has very weak close quarters combat. And what I mean by that? Well, there's little to no strategy involved, as any ranged character is basically useless up close unless you're shooting just for headshots with a ranger from afar, which is a little bit more difficult to do with a controller with all the crazy running around that they're having there, or playing with the Hunter, which she has her different bolts, which are absolutely weak and don't do much damage, and she doesn't do much damage up close, so she's kind of stuck in the middle of just being useless at mostly everything unless she's doing some kind of sneak attacks. And you only have a weak attack, strong attack, and running attacks. And obviously the weak attacks are more relegated to the melee characters, as they have more options to fight with. And it's basically just becomes a mystic brawlers just totally dominating up close, doing massive damage with their running attack or their regular attacks. And the other more ranged characters are forced to basically run away, which you really can't do either, because as soon as you try attempt to run away, the other player just kind of catches up to you very quickly and is able to, with the running attack, very quickly gain on you and destroy you. There is no, like, you can dodge and block, but the dodging and blocking wastes stamina and you run out of it so quick. And especially with the melee characters who do massive damage, they just deplete your stamina. You can't really run, you can't defend, you can't attack, so you just kind of get demolished. So like I said, there's no strategy. It's not like For Honor, where there's, even in fatigued mode, you can still block. It's just much harder to do. Here you're basically screwed. And the way the attacks themselves and the animations initiate, they're very tanky. It doesn't feel like you have full control of the character in something like Chivalry or, again, For Honor. Here is just super tanky controls, especially the Hunter. She has this rolling attack where she's able to roll and jump at enemies. I miss most of the time with that attack. Whereas if you're doing a Mystic attack or Brawler, you're more likely going to hit with your running attack because it has a slight AoE going around it. And this is where the game completely falls apart, because it's hard to strategize. Most of the points are open spaces, so you have to extract the space, the chests and open spaces. You're always getting headshotted by the rangers, or if you attempted to fight one enemy, another one sneaks behind you and just eliminates you with a sneak attack. And sometimes you can see them doing it to you and you try to prevent it, and there's nothing you can do about it. They're just unable to initiate it. It's just, it doesn't feel balanced. I don't have the answer to how to balance it and how to make it better. I just know it doesn't feel exactly the way it should, and that's why I think the game is completely, the fun factor falls apart at the end. And you're also able to take over these points on the map, which are basically spawn points. So you're either fighting over that or you're fighting over the chest. And even with a good team, you will extract 3/4 of the chest. And then the enemy team just happens a good moment. They just waited in the bushes, waited for the perfect attack, eliminate all you guys, and then just take over and win the match. Or even worse, you drag 10 or 15 enemies to the spawn point, and it's just, you're fighting regular enemies, the AI enemies, then you're fighting player enemies, and the AI sometimes just hone in on you and won't attack. Then it's just mishmash of chaotic just crap going on in there. And I think it's, for most people, that's the biggest complaint as they're playing this game right now. And that's why most people I've seen in matches either play with a Ranger or they play with Mystic. The two characters who are very powerful in this game. And as this game stands right now, I don't know if it's going to have longevity because of this last part. There's also glitches in the game that people have experienced. I've experienced almost no glitches, so I really am not going to complain about that part, but I know they exist. It's something to point out. Even at 30, like at $30, I think this game is worth it. I would give it a 6.5 or a 7 just because of the premise, and the beginning phases are fun. It's just that ending part, if you don't take it too competitively or too seriously and just kind of enjoy and have fun and, you know, do a couple matches, throw away, you're going to enjoy it. If you think this is a serious competitive game, it's not. Because I feel like there has to be more in-depth mechanics for you to be able to defend. I should be able to fight off any character in this game, no matter if I'm fighting a Brawler or a Ranger. I should have defensive maneuvers for all of it. For example, with a Hunter, I sometimes do certain dodge attacks, which if I time them correctly, I should be able to dodge out of the attack. However, once the flail with a Mystic begins, no matter how much I try to dodge, always get hit with it, 2 hits, and I'm done. And it's just like, what do I do? How am I supposed to compete with that? How am I supposed to get up close besides the stealth? Or what if he notices me? And a lot of times the assassination won't even initiate, so that becomes another problem in itself as well. I don't know how this team is going to fix it and try to make it better. I really hope they do. All these things that I'm saying is not to just shit on this game. I do want it to succeed. But in the state that it is right now, I don't see it lasting for more than a couple of months, and then people kind of moving on to something else and the player base dwindling. And it being a AA game, I don't know how much support they're gonna really have, how much of those maps and characters they plan to release, which are all gonna be free, how much is that really gonna matter? How many people are gonna really stick around? Overall, like I said, I give this game, with my bias that I enjoy these kinds of games, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. For as a package as a whole, definitely lots of room for improvement. It is not perfect. There is fun in it to be had, and if you're just looking for something a little different to play multiplayer with your friends, this could possibly be it. you're not spending 60 or 70 bucks on this game, so you won't feel as bad. I don't recommend the premium edition. I can't with a clear conscience until I see what kind of content they're going to be pumping out, and I'll let you know what that's going to be like. But hopefully, guys, I would love to know from you guys, what are you enjoying this game? Are you having fun with this game? Do you find the same issues that I am having with this game, or you feel like what I'm saying here doesn't make any sense? I would love to hear from your opinions, but this is where I stand on this game. Despite coming in very positive and very high hopes for this game, I leave a little bit disappointed. Still having fun, but disappointed with this game. Hopefully this review was useful to you. If it was, let me know. Let me know if you're going to be picking up the game yourself, if you're going to give it a chance. And guys, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.